Alright, as you can see, we jumped ahead there a little bit. Unfortunately, I videoed it. I don't know what happened, if my battery died or if it just didn't record. Maybe I didn't push the button. No, I pushed the button. It was blinking red. I don't know. So, you missed a little bit. But I'll go over it real quick. It wasn't, you didn't really miss much. You can see, got the brackets on, the triple trees are on. I got those parts screwed up in here like I was showing you. Completely smooth up top. The bolt underneath that goes to the stem, and then I just got the cap on it. You can see that. See all my nice fingerprints on it. Set screw on the side that just holds that little cap. Got the upper windshield mounts mounted back on. Cable management I was able to keep, no problem, it stayed on. Got the lower windshield bracket mounts, the headlight mount back on it. Now I did have to get some different bolts. Had to put a little spacer into there. I just used 2 nuts because that way it tightens all that up and nothing ever comes loose, and it's the right space. These bolted up. I got this bolt in here just to make sure, so the windshield will go on. Now I'm not exactly sure about the tilting forward and back. I may have to move or add a bracket here to where it's actually bolting like here and here instead of here and here. When I get that far again, we'll come back to it. Got the forks on, got the fender on, got the wheel on, mounted the little bracket and the bracket to hold the cable. Went to put the brakes on, and as you saw earlier, those brake pads are pretty bad. So I did order some new brake pads. They actually just arrived actually. I got some of those copper sintered ones. They're copper and ceramic brake pads. Yeah, they're China, but everybody I talked to said that this is what they're using, and pretty much got about an 80,000 mile life on them, unless you ride the brakes, which we shouldn't be. So yeah, ordered those. The brake distribution thing underneath, I just have those bolts sitting under there. I'm kind of playing with the idea. Still do not have those mounted. I decided I'm going to need to make this cable longer because we're just right at the limit. I had to move the handlebars forward to give me that much room. Not sure I like them as high as they are, so I want to tilt them back a little more. So I went ahead and ordered a new cable. The existing cable's 24 inches. I ordered another one that's going to be 28 inches. It's going to be steel braided. It'll look like these back here on the back. That's what it'll look like when all said and done. And then wheels on, all bolted up. I know you didn't see any of that, and I apologize, I lost that part of the video. But basically this just slides back in. You got the little bushing here through the hub, out this side of the hub, screws into this fork, and crank it down pretty good. I think it's 80 foot-pounds. And then you got the set bolt here that holds that nut, kind of squeezes it all together so it can't back off. Went ahead and mounted one of these silly little fork lights. I don't think I like that idea. Still messing with that idea, but I don't think I like that. We'll walk over here for a minute, grab the other ones. Now the original ones bolt on here in the front. Obviously I'll have to tilt them up just a little. Now this is aluminum, so it's pretty easy to tap that, drill it, put some threads in there. Just have to be careful when you're threading it, because aluminum's pretty soft. But I think we'll be putting this back on. It'll be hidden underneath the headlight there, which is laying on the floor at the moment. But yeah, the chrome tubes that went over or the chrome, whatever you want to call them, that went over the tins that went over these, Upper ones, I actually kind of like it without them. Bottom ones, you got this little Teflon piece that the fork would go up inside the other and not slide or squeak or scratch metal. I'm still looking at possibly getting some little rubber boots to go on here. It's not a necessity by any means. It doesn't protect it, doesn't do anything. It's just looks and aesthetics. So that'll be something down the road if I decide to do or not to do. But basically, I'm waiting on this line. It's going to be, unfortunately, it takes a couple days to ship to me. That sucks. So I'm kind of stuck on the brake lines until then. Headlight I'm going to get mounted up. Change out the brake pads. Mount the calipers. I did measure. I don't have my tape measure in here. Originally, and I'll do it again. Originally, I measured from the frame to the axle bolt. It was 19 inches. We're now at 26 inches. So it gave me about 7 inches further forward wheel. And sitting on it, you know, obviously just sitting here not, you know, moving, it turns pretty easy, but then so the other one. I have to get it out on the road. I'm pretty sure from everything I've seen, the videos, the forums, they all say a 5-degree rake is a huge improvement. We went with a 6-degree. What I thought I was going to get was about 4.5 inches. I got almost pretty much at 7-inch extension there. So it should be a huge difference when actually riding it. Now obviously my turns are going to be a lot bigger, a lot slower, but it'll turn easier, you know, like changing lanes, turning a corner, going around a curve, dead stop, you know, in a parking lot turning. It's going to be a, you know, it's going to make bigger turns because that wheel's out further. It's a trike. Come on, what are you talking, another foot? 5 foot maybe? I think we'll be fine. One other thing, I did go back through and retaped all this. Hopefully you can see in there. I don't know what happened before that was all frayed up, but got rid of that. So I'm going to get the headlight on. Probably go ahead and mount the turn signals. I think I am going to do that. Get the brake pads changed, get the calipers mounted, and then we'll be stuck waiting on that that new line, brake line I ordered. I need a few more, 4 more inch. I got 4 inches extra. I probably only need it 2 because right now we're at full extent, or we're not. We're at ride height. So when it extends, you can see how that wheel comes out a little bit. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of brake line to never pull on them. The bracket that was up here, I did remove it. The fender's in the way. There's no way it's ever going to hit that tire, so I got rid of that bracket. Got this bracket here, and then the distribution itself. These are going to be hanging down, I think, about another inch. So yeah, plenty of room. Come back up here and take a look at things. Much cleaner. You don't have those bolt caps here. This one, minus the fingerprints, isn't too bad. Don't have that nut sitting on top. Oh, I put it back on the thing. But yeah, don't have that nut sitting here. But I think the handlebars, I don't know if you can see that. I lifted them up, not for me to ride, but so I had brake line. I lifted them up probably about 6 inches. These are up higher than they were. Normally that handlebar would have been, the hand grip would have been probably right about here. Probably won't go that low, but I do want to lower them a little bit. Get rid of that little turn signal thing. Main issue with that, it's just a turn signal. It doesn't have the riding lights. And I know the headlight's on at all times, but I think the extra yellow up front, anytime you're on a bike, just to make the Nimrods out there see you, even though I did change the pipes. If they can't see me, they better hear me. Yeah, you just can't be any more defensive driving on a bike than, you know, you got to do everything you can. You just have to. People do not watch. If you ride a bike, you know. So alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. Come back, we should be getting that headlight bucket back on there. And then that way I can see where my room is, you know, to where I'm going to mount the turn signals. Those I want to get, you know, as perfectly centered as possible. You know, I don't want this one sticking out to here and this one like right there, you know. I want to get that as perfect as I can. And then the windshield mount that. We'll be good. I'm rambling. Oh, one other thing. Body. Called me earlier, said they're done painting it. He said it came out really good. He's just got to buff it, polish it. Hopefully I'll have it tomorrow. This weekend is the 4th of July. Probably won't get much of anything done this weekend. It's family wants me to be a part of stuff. I don't know what that's about. No. Maybe tomorrow night, Friday night, I can get the body on. We'll see. See how much I can get done. But tonight I'm gonna get the headlight, the brakes done. Maybe the turn signals. We'll put the windshield on as is, see what it looks like. Alright, thank you.